До слова запрошую.
The ATO speaker, Colonel Lysenko, on the latest information from the east of Ukraine. Good afternoon, esteemed colleagues. During the last 24 hours, the situation in the zone of ATO has not principally changed. There are facts registered of using by the terrorists of heavy weaponry. At the same time, according to the updated information, the night in the ATO zone was quiet. After the midnight, there was not a single shelling of positions of our military registered. According to the operative information, the militants increased their forces, moving into the line of separation near Donetsk, Debaltsevo, Первомайsk, Stakhanov, and Severodonetsk. According to the intelligence, there is rotation, and the new units of the armed forces of Russian Federation arrived to Donetsk and other settlements. Some of them are disguised as the militants of the so-called DNR. Despite the creation of new bands with the purpose to demonstrate their decisiveness to renew the military actions, the local militants have the worst moral and psychological mood. On the occupied territories, there is information disseminated that the local citizens are joining the units of the terrorist organization of DNR. But the number of the citizens who want to become terrorists has been reduced significantly during the last 24 hours. In the result of the provocative shellings, not a single serviceman was killed and only one was wounded. Yesterday, the defenders of Mariupol, the servicemen of engineering units of the armed forces of Ukraine, have successfully executed the task as to counter acting to the enemy and the protection of the coastline of Azov Sea. The Ukrainian military were using the mine fencing. The units of the military engineers reinforced the protection of the territory near strategically important facilities. The security measures which are reinforced are successfully putting obstacles to taking the weapons outside of the zone of ATO. Yesterday night, there was a person detained who was trying to bring in 2 grenades of offense action and 1 grenade of defense action. The investigation is going on. We would like to remind that the term of 2 to 5 years of imprisonment is usually the sentence for similar crimes. In order to inform the citizens about the actions in case of emergency situation, the Ministry of the Interior published the video on how to behave when the explosively dangerous objects are detected. If you find some bag or package in the street, the citizen has to call the militia. Second, they have to inform about that all the people around. When detecting some suspicious object in the building, he has to inform the personnel of this building about the discovery and leave the building. The citizen cannot manipulate with such an object, cannot move it, cannot open it, or this is strictly forbidden, actually. Ukrainian state and European partners help local peaceful citizens in the east of Ukraine who suffered from the actions of terrorists. The Danish Council on Refugees started in Zaporizhzhia and Dnipropetrovsk regions a short-term project on providing financial assistance to IDPs to make easier their survival in conditions of winter period. Yesterday, the representatives of this organization stated that they are planning to provide financial assistance to 2,000 families. 143 families have already received it. Danish Council is an NGO that was founded in 1956 and now works with IDPs in more than 30 countries of the world. The Ukrainian project is being implemented with the financial support of the European Union. The Department of Civil Defense of Donetsk region provided humanitarian assistance to peaceful citizens of occupied territories via control point near Sukha-Balka, not far from Dzerzhinsk. The truck went with 9 tons of food products, and at the initiative of the newspaper Narodna Armiya, they started the special issue for citizens of Donbass. It is issue that is published in Russian language, and they publish the materials which are of legal nature. They explain what people should do in different situations. They explain and interpret different regulatory acts. They provide information about the work which is going on liberated territories. So basically, the citizens who are on the territory of ATO, they already have information which helps them understand what is the situation now, what to do, and what are the perspectives for people. Now they published 20,000 copies. They are planning to increase this circulation with the assistance of the state and the volunteers. According to the government in the Donetsk region, 5,413 facilities are renewed for the amount of more than 43 million hryvnias. These are 479 residential houses, electricity supply to 165 settlements, 8 electricity supply facilities, 30 schools, and 17 kindergartens. Yesterday, to the Kievites, the servicemen of the National Guard who are servicing in the zone of ATO, 270 packages with the New Year gifts were sent. Our defenders will receive some sweets, letters, children's paintings, and warm socks. These gifts were made by the children of Skvirsky Orphanage Nadia, the Center of the Assistance to Orphan Children, the students of the International Lyceum Grand, and the students of the Center of Rehabilitation of Children with the paralysis. The civilized world strengthens the sanctions at the Russian aggressor in relation with the aggression in Crimea. The Ministry of Finance of the U.S. announced that American companies within 1 month have to close their business in Crimea. By the 12th of January, they should stop their business in Crimea. They have to stop the investments and also stop any operations and contracts which were executed before the 20th of December 2014. That is it. Now your questions, please. Do you have any questions, dear colleagues? Channel 5. Please tell what is the situation in Peski. What's happening there? What was there at night? There were no shellings at night. There were shellings yesterday evening in Peski, but as I've mentioned, there are no people killed. All the night was quiet, practically without a single shelling, as they informed from the headquarters of ATO.
Наразі поки що не готовий сказати, що
And now we cannot say what's happening there right now because we have not received any information. Any other questions? Then no questions, Andriy Mykolaievich. The next briefing of Colonel Lysenko will be tomorrow next year. That is why I would like to congratulate you all with the new year. I would like to wish you all to work in peaceful conditions so that you never remember the war. If you remember, then only when you are very, very old, and so that you tell your grandchildren about these difficult hours. Thank you and see you in the new year. And again, tomorrow, 12:30, and